man, ADR, this is King Black. Welcome to my sunroom again. I call this my mini church because that's what it feels like. The floors just give me, I don't know, church vibes, man. I don't know, it's just weird. But I wanted to talk to you guys about the housing market, man. A lot of people wonder, is it the right time to buy? And I'm not a realtor or nothing, but I'm gonna tell you what. After going through the process myself, I got tired, man, of being outbid on houses, man. People going over lists, price 10, 20, 30, 50K. People being interested in a house that's like 310, 300, and then the listing agent's like, nope, we already got, an offer 10K above list. What can you, come back with? So, or it'll be a cash offer, man. You can't really compete with that when I gotta finance, because I'm not out here being a big meat, you know what I'm saying? I can't throw down 300K. I wish. That'd be nice. But yeah, it wasn't gonna happen. So, in this housing market, man, where it's just hot, with everything that we're living through right now, I think besides interest rates being historically low, even though they've been going up recently, I got lucky to lock in when I did, because had I not done so, probably would have cost me another $80, $100 a month on my mortgage. But it's just one of those things that, my loan officer said, it's up to you. We can let it float, or do you want to go ahead and lock in right now? And I was like, you know what? My gut feeling was, it wasn't going to go any lower. So I said, you know what, let's go ahead and lock in, and thank goodness I did, because it's just been going up and up and up and up since then. Now it's like, what, I don't know, mid threes, something like that. People almost paying fours. So, like I said, I'm not a realtor or your personal financial advisor, but if you're looking to buy a house, historically, we're still at the lowest interest rates. But if you look at the interest rates from a few months ago, you're just going to depress yourself. If you go into it thinking, well, 3 years ago it was at this rate and now it's at this rate, maybe you'll feel better. You know what I'm saying? But you got to come in strong, man. You got to have your financial picture in order, because you got people coming in from out of state. You got people that got money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's teleworking, right? Or for the most part, unless you're working in the service industry and you do waitressing or something like that, or hospitality, you're starting to get called back in, or retail. But as far as the office worker goes, if you have an office job, for the most part, a lot of these companies are letting you work from home. So there's little incentive to stay where the higher cost of living's at. So if you're in New York and you can still do the same job no matter where you're at, because you don't have to report to the office, it means nothing to you to move down to like Georgia or something and work from there, Especially if you can do everything else by virtual Zoom meetings or whatever. We live in the age of technology, right? Had what we are going through now with this sickness 15 years ago, maybe the, big picture would be different. Internet wouldn't be anywhere close to what it is now 15 years ago. So I don't know what we would have done as a nation back then. But regardless, for those people looking to enter the market now, definitely you need to have, I recommend a strong credit score. Recommend that you have at least, enough for your closing in there. If you're lucky enough to qualify for one of the loans that requires zero down, right? But if you don't, you're going to have some paper stacked up in your bank account. You got to have steady work history, and a lot of people had been furloughed, and a lot of people lost their jobs. So, and even with all that going on, demand has outpaced supply, to the point that in all of these lower cost of living states, house prices are just exploding, man. They're booming. You got houses that sell for that are worth $30,000 to $40,000 more than they were a year ago. So someone purchased a year ago, they've already got you know, 15% equity in their home. Just like that without doing anything. So it's crazy to see something like that fast. And it's probably not going to slow down anytime in the near future, just because of this whole thing that we're going through. Probably woke a lot of people up and they say, you know what, if something like this were to happen again, I don't want to be stuck like a rat in a ship in an apartment building or a condo. So let me just get a single family, so that way I can be in my own house, have my own yard, have my own separation, so I don't gotta bump into nobody in the elevator, the hallway, whatever. I can have my own little piece of space that just belongs to me, and only I travel there, or my family goes through there, nobody else. So money in the bank, in the savings, that's been there for at least 3 months. Because you best believe when you try to, pre-qualify and you go through all of that, they're going to ask for the past couple months. Usually it's 2 months of bank statements. So you don't want to try and be slick. And like the month before you try to pre-qualify, stick 10, 15 grand in there, because they're going to ask where did it come from. So then you got to justify that, right? So this influx of stimulus money and PPP loans and scams that are going on, unfortunately, a lot of these people making bank on these scams, man, and just buying up houses. Sooner or later, they're going to get caught. But in the meantime, they're out here buying $700,000 homes, Porsches, Mercedes, so on, man. A couple of them got busted already. So I wouldn't advise that unless you're looking for a fast track to prison, because a lot of people think, oh, the government is going to check. Yeah. They'll check. They'll find you eventually, man. They might not get you today, but it's only a matter of time. So, as far as, timing and everything, if you're going to afford to get into the market now, unfortunately, some of these cities, like Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, whatever, where these companies are moving to, it's going to stay as a hot market for a while. And what's going to happen is you're going to have so many people, coming in, buying up these houses. Rent is going to go up, because if these people can't buy homes, but they're still making $150K, $130K, where the median income is maybe 60 or 50, these landlords out here are going to say, we're going to have a guaranteed payment, and these people can afford to spend more. So what they're going to do is, get rid of, they're just going to jack up the rents. And then for those that leave, they're going to remodel your place and then re-advertise it for like $300, $400 more a month. And then where are you going to go if you're still in the area and you ain't planning to go nowhere? You're probably going to they're going to push you further out. Next thing you know, you're probably going to be renting, a house in the boonies, 30 minutes away from the city, just to go to work at a retail store, because everything downtown got bought up, jacked up the price. It's crazy. The whole process for me from start to finish probably took 2 months, and that's probably fast by standards now, but it was harrowing, man. But everything comes together at the end of the day, man. The good Lord, hopefully y'all believe in something higher than yourself, was looking out for me, and things just happened one after another that, I was able to get out of the situation I was in, man, because you get tired of renting, man. There comes a point as you get closer to middle age where you just want something to call your own. And if you're renting in an apartment, you can't call that your own, man. It's the landlord's place, with rules and noise ordinances and blah, 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 right? But when you're on your own spot with no HOA, it's your house, your rules. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can come and tell you nothing, right? Just make sure you make your payments on time, make sure your taxes are paid. So that way they don't take your house for failure to pay property tax. But definitely link up with a good realtor, man. They're not allowed to tell you, what the good neighborhoods are, but you can give them, try to get pre-qualified first with the lender is the first thing I would suggest. So that way you can go to a realtor and say, yo, I've been pre-approved. And if they ask you to what amount, you give them the amount. And then they're going to tell you what neighborhoods kind of fit that general price range. And then look for yourself, man. Let the realtor show you some stuff and look at Zillow for the other stuff, or Truvia, or whatever you choose to look at. Sort of what I did, you know what I'm saying? My realtor gave me some suggestions. I took them, but I also looked at Zillow, man. I saw anything pop up in my price range within like 15 minutes. I was already hitting them up with the address. But all of these houses, man, I'll tell you what, I was like number 37. Or you check Zillow, as soon as it comes in, you check in an hour later, you see like 30 saves, 5,000 views. You're like, damn, they already put in an offer. So it was a hectic, man, but well worth it at the end for me. Especially at the end of the day, I'm paying less to own than I was renting, man. That's the crazy part, even in this market. So that goes to tell you something, So if I can do it, a lowly gangster from the east side, right? You can do it too, but you just, like I said, man, you gotta live legit. If you're out there making money under the table, how are you gonna show an underwriter where that money came from? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I know there's not a lot of people like me, and I don't expect y'all to be like me. All I'm saying is, I'm trying to keep y'all out of trouble. I'm already out of trouble. I ain't gotta worry about me. You know what I'm saying? I just worry about others, because when I first joined the Land Kings, I was, the leadership I had steered me the correct way, not the stereotypical way. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to pass that on to those that have come in after me, or even people who's been in an organization as long as I have. I'm coming up on 15 years. It's a long damn ass time. And like I said before, and y'all probably tired of hearing it, never seen the inside of a jail cell, but still, the fact of the matter is, I've never seen the inside of a jail cell. Right? Because it's easy to do the wrong things, but it's a lot harder to live righteous. But at the end of the day, that's what I feel my organization was founded upon, was living righteously and to fight against the corruption and abuse that was oppressing our communities at the end of the day. And I still believe that. But there's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things. And then you can go ahead and follow the wave of the stereotype and get yourself in all kinds of trouble that people are going to forget your name 6 months from now. So you try to live this lifestyle so you can reach old age and still be free. Not reach old age and still have to report at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. for cafeteria. Still have to worry about getting, stabbed in a cell or whatever like that. Or that's not the goal, man. At least not for me. At least my lifestyle, at least not the life I've led as a Lion King, has not steered me in that path that I gotta be something off of, History Channel's Gangland. You know what I'm saying? You could be a homeowner. You can be a contributing member to society, polite, and not have to live up to the stereotype. And still be able to wear your colors, man. And still be able to rep who you are, tattoo yourself, and all that other stuff. And be hard, but at the same time, live right. Because all it takes is one mistake, and then you're gone. If not in the grave, 1 year, 5 years, 15 years, 25 years to life. And then at the end of the day, man, you might not feel it in that moment, but a year, 3 years into your bid, you're going to be sitting there and be like, damn, if I go back in time, I wouldn't have gone out the house. So all I'm saying is, and all I try to do with my channel, is say, yo, these are my words. You can choose to apply them, or you can choose not to. But if you hear my words and you still mess up, and you sitting in the jail cell later on in life, you got no one to blame but yourself, man. Because I'm out here telling you, you ain't got to be a statistic. You ain't got to be a stereotype. Regardless of my skin color, that doesn't make me any less of a Land King than the brownest person you can find. You know what I'm saying? There's white Land Kings, there's black Land Kings, there's Asian Land Kings. At the end of the day, yes, we started out for the Land community because I'm Puerto Rican, but we don't see color, man. As long as you want to live righteous down the right path, yes, you got to know your history. You got to know how this started, what we're aiming for. But at the end of the day, man, we're not checking your racial background at the door, you know what I'm saying? So get that out your mind, man. You act like you've never, and skin color is just a skin color, man. You know, there's white people that are born in Africa. There's white people, born in China, man. That doesn't make them any less Chinese. That just means they don't have the ancestry of Chinese. But if they're born in China, they're Chinese, man. Right? You can be from a place many different ways. Right? You might have the blood of a Spaniard. You don't have to be from Spain to be Spaniard, right? But if down your line you had, Spanish, whatever, you got Spanish in you. Just because the color doesn't show through, that's just, characteristics of, what do they call those things, man? Of your genes, recessive genes or whatever, man. Just like when somebody who's light skin color like me has a kid with somebody who's dark like Seal, they can have a child that looks like me. They can have a child that looks like Seal, or they can have a child that looks in between, man. There's no racism in me, man. The only thing I care about is how you carry yourself and how you approach somebody. How you talk to me is going to dictate how I treat you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody starts off on the same plane, and it's up to that person to maintain that image, elevate it, or mess it up. Anyways, this started off, and it just went away to a tangent. Anyways, ADR, this is King Black. Buy your house or not, I'm just saying now's the time to get in if you want to be a homeowner, because a lot of predictions are this market's going to continue the way it is, especially if these forbearances keep getting extended until about 2022. So unless you want to see your rent go up by $200-$300 a month, $500 a month, then you can still swing it. But what if you can just be paying the same, just own your own house? The only issue you're going to run into is trying to beat out these offers or hope that you don't go up against can't even talk, damn. Sunday stuttering. Unless, and that's why I don't edit my videos, brother, man. Brothers and sisters out here, it's gotta be real, man. But, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Don't you hate that? But at the end of the day, oh yeah, unless you wanna be paying the same amount of rent, that's up to you. All I'm saying is, sometimes you just want to own something with your name on it. And I don't mean your car. ADR is King Black.